Hello and welcome. I'm Jenny Hall. Thanks for joining me for another card making tutorial. Today I would like to share a technique for adding clear embossed images over designer series paper and then making it an emboss resist to get a little bit of a vintage or shabby chic look. I have started off by making a die cut with a stitched seasons die on designer series paper from Petal Promenade. Using a solid looking stamp, and I'm stamping with Cake Soiree, I'm adding images stamped with Versamark clear sticky ink directly down to the designer series paper. I chose this piece of paper because with the image of the roses, it would not appear unnatural to have this bokeh look to the floral images. After sprinkling on some clear embossing powder, I'm heat setting that with my heat tool. So you can see that the images are a little darker and they're shiny of where the roses have been clear embossed. And now by adding any of the color, it's not going to get to the areas that are already stamped with the roses. So it's basically trapped in the original look of the designer series paper underneath the stamped images. So this technique is pretty much called emboss resist, but I've just kind of taken it a little bit to a different turn by using the designer series paper. So with a regular facial tissue, I'm removing the excess ink from on top of those flowers, and it looks really nice. It's a definite original type of look. I'm wrapping some linen thread around this label, and I will tie this in a bow. This is going to kind of stick with that shabby chic or vintage look. I'm thinking that the label itself looks a little bit Victorian to me, so I thought I would play on the Victorian look of the label itself and bring it into the design of something that would match. There's so many different ways to use these dies, and this is just one of the ideas that I had when I first set eyes on these beautiful double stitched dies. So I've added 3 colors onto the paper with the brayer, and now I'm going to use one of them, Crumb Cake, to do a little stamping from another stamp from Cake Soiree. Cake Soiree has this really pretty font, but it looks like there is a line that's coming down from the word birthday. Originally in the stamp set, I believe it was meant to be one of those picks that goes on the top of a cake. So I masked that part off. I've taken a few die cuts that have been made from the sweet cake framelits that match the Cake Soiree, and I've done them in white so that I could bring that white tone back out and transfer from the card base to that center medallion. It'll sort of bridge the area in the design that is a lot of white in the center and a lot of white on the outside, and then we've got that vintagey look. So I wanted to bring something that would bridge the divide, and I think this is just a nice carry through with the images of the roses. Iridescent sequins are a really nice addition to any kind of a vintage or Victorian looking project, as the Victorians were all about reusing things that they had, and beads and sequins were among some of the favorites. The inside of the card has another stamp sentiment, and this card is finished. All of the products are available in my online store today. I hope you like this project, and if you would like more information, please click the video description down below for measurements, a supply list with links. There's also a link to my blog at jennyhalldesign.com. Thanks so much again for joining me today. I'll see you next time.
Hi, my name is Trip. Thanks for watching the video. See you next time.